Welcome back into Season 22, Episode 2 of Laker Connections, WTOP's longest-running original production. I'm Kenny Gerard, and this is Lucas McGarry. And Lucas, how are we feeling tonight?
Well, Kenny, as the temperature drops, so does the puck. Hockey season is back on the shores of Lake Ontario, and both the men's and women's team have played their first games of the year. With that being said, it's time for the first Wheelhouse Wire of Season 22. Kenny, let's hear about how the men's team this weekend.
Well, the Oswego men's hockey team kicked off their 2024-25 season with an exhibition game against Kings College Monarchs. The matchup, which turned out to be an exciting and physical contest, began slowly, with the score remaining 0-0 for most of the first period. However, the Lakers broke through late in the opening frame. A 5-minute major penalty against the Monarchs in the second period allowed the junior Connor Gatto to net 2 power play goals. Consistent pressure throughout the rest of the game helped, as well as sloppy play from Kings led the way for Oswego to secure a commanding 5-1 victory and a great momentum shifter for the season to begin, Lucas.
Yeah, I mean, I had a great time watching that game. I think Oswego looked a little iffy in the first period, but after that, they really cleaned it up. And I think for Kings, that 5-minute penalty absolutely killed them. I mean, 2 goals from Gatto in that 5, and off a really, really nasty hit too from D'Alessandro.
Yeah,
it was very violent. I'm not gonna lie, it was dirty.
And one of their, you would say, captain players.
Yeah, right.
Just really didn't pull through there, and you just look at the full screen now. Oswego 5, Kings College 1, and get a lot of stats with it being an exhibition game. But I mean, we were both there. I was calling the game, and you were on the perch. So
yeah,
we got to see this live. And I will say, D'Alessandro, the big 5-minute major cost them a lot. And
oh my God, yeah.
The thing with hockey is, you get your minor penalty, and you get in the 2 minutes, and let's say they score a minute in, then boom, you get your other man back on the ice. But when it's a 5-minute major, you can rack up 5, 6, 28, 394. Exactly. It doesn't matter how many goals you can score in 5 minutes, but as much as you can do. And I think Oswego took advantage of that. But I will ask you now, Lucas, that last year Oswego came in and beat the same team 9-1, and everybody talks about now this freshman squad. Do you, if you were a Lakers fan, right, as we are in the show, do you get more nervous going in now only winning 5-1 against a team like that, or are you still confident with the 5-1 victory?
See, I really liked the way that they played because I feel like I said, that first period was very iffy for them, but they figured it out and they got the job done and they did everything right. A 5-1 victory is still a 5-1 victory, so I think that there's really not much else you can say as a Laker fan besides that was a great win. I can't look forward to the next game.
Absolutely, Lucas. And why don't you talk about the women's hockey team then?
Yeah, Oswego women's hockey opened their 2024-25 season with a dominant exhibition game against the Rome Grizzlies. The Lakers came out strong, racing to a 4-0 lead by the end of the first period. Senior Mackenzie Hull set the tone, scoring just 28 seconds in, followed by goals from sophomore Helen Van Dam, first-year Katie Demers, and senior Rachel Corbett. Oswego continued to control the game in the second period, extending their lead to 5-1. A final goal by Tessa Mucha in the third secured a decisive 6-1 victory for the Lakers. Looks like we got a good weekend of hockey from both sides.
Well, I mean, a combined 11-2 victory between both squads is really good. You can't really ask for much more, Lucas. And, yeah, I mean, the women's team looks good. They came in last year and they lost to Cortland in the first round of the playoffs, and now they're looking to really start up that campaign again. It was a long time since they made the SUNYAC playoffs. So coming in and really having to get a decisive victory over the 19U Rome Grizzlies, and they just needed that win, Lucas.
No, 100% I agree, and I really like that it was a lot of diversity on who was scoring for the women. You saw freshman, sophomore, and then you had a senior, Rachel Corbett, obviously, who's a main leader for that team. But I really like that the puck was being shared around by everyone. It's not just you have 1 or 2 people going in. And I think that for them, obviously, not the biggest competition in the world, the Rome Grizzlies. I think they're a U19 team, but still, it's competition nonetheless, and I really think that for them, that's what they need to start momentum strong. Obviously, starting with a win is exactly what you want. And for them, I think going forward, it's going to be a lot tougher competition. So they need to be prepared for that because obviously this was not their toughest match.
No, absolutely not. And I will say that they had 2 players in the Rome Grizzlies who were actually committed to play for SUNY Oswego in the upcoming season. And for them, I mean, you even look at that as a game like, wow, we get to play a collegiate team. We came in, we lost 6-1, but yeah, you played a collegiate team. You scored a goal, and then you move forward from that. You got a lot to learn as a 19U team, and I think they can take what they did this weekend and really move forward. While Oswego knows they can win 16-1 against a 19U team, they'll be set for the season, Lucas.
Did you hear that the oldest player on Oswego was 23 and the youngest on Rome was 16?
Yep.
The goalie.
Ooh.
Absolutely insane.
Well, we got to look ahead here, Lucas. Show me what's going on for the men's hockey team this week.
Well, the Oswego men's hockey team will face Nazareth in their next exhibition game on Saturday, October 26th at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. Following that, the regular season kicks off with a familiar matchup against Hobart on Friday, November 1st, a team Oswego has almost made a tradition of opening against. The Lakers will then quickly turn around to face Elmira the next day. This season, the team is led by Captain Matt McQuaid, alongside key players Connor Gatto, like I already mentioned, Daniel Calabufo, as they look to make an impact early in the season.
Yeah, and like we mentioned before, it's a rookie team. It's a lot of young faces. Only 2 transfers coming in, losing
17
their core.
freshmen.
17 freshmen.
Ed Gosick, how did you do that? That's crazy.
A heck of a recruiter.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't be any better than that. 17 freshmen. That's awesome.
No, and that's good for them. And now you got to look. I mean, you got, I think it was Valentino or whatever his last name was. That kid scored first this weekend. He got the last goal. Mm-hmm. So a freshman did end up scoring in that game. So looking forward, obviously you look for more pressure from the freshmen. And as well as Calabufo and those older guys really sticking up for the team, being that leader within the locker room, but also being a leader on the ice, Lucas.
Yeah, no, and then in goal, we saw not even, we didn't see Milberg. He was out with an injury. We saw Zalizi, who played really well, only gave up 1 goal. And it was a good goal, but still played fantastic the whole game. I really like how the future is looking for this Lakers team, despite the fact that they're so young. I think that they're developing chemistry early, and I think they're going to be a problem in Suniacs like they always are.
Chemistry is the name of the game, Lucas. But taking a switch now over to the women's hockey team, the Oswego women's hockey team will take on the London Devilettes in their next exhibition game on Saturday, October 26th at the Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena. Following that, the regular season begins with a back-to-back matchup against William Smith with games on Friday, November 1st, and immediately the next day. The Lakers will be looking to build momentum as they start their competitive campaign against a couple of very good teams, Lucas.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the same on both sides. You got tough matchups coming up. William Smith is a great squad that they're going to be going up against. And I really am looking forward to how this women's team also develops, because obviously every year it's a new team. You got new players, and I think that for them, developing chemistry is always what you want to do first. You got to find the right people to connect with, and once you start building those lines, you build that first line, you build that second line, and once you start solidifying all that, you really start to make progress as a team, and that's when you start really competing and laying down those exact plans that you want to do for every single game. And I think for them, figuring that out early is absolutely crucial.
Right. A lot of people say, like, oh, these exhibition games, I heard a couple times, even on air, that they don't matter. And
that's not true.
That's a whole lot of bull honking.
Yeah, that is
personally,
complete,
I think those games absolutely matter.
100% they do.
If you come into an exhibition match and you can't win in an exhibition, you're not going to win when you come to the conference play. And that's coming up really quick, as we just mentioned. So getting in these exhibition games, getting some victories, and moving forward, having sound victories are very crucial for both of these teams, Lucas. And I think between the men's team and the women's team, they both did really good in their first exhibition. It's just time to see how they do moving forward and continue rolling in and hopefully starting off good campaigns. Oswego for the men's team, trying to really get back to that championship game, while the women's team is trying to get back to the playoffs and hopefully beat Cortland. But
that's the goal.
That will do it for the Wheelhouse Wire, the very first of season 22. But when we come back, stick around for the weekend recap for the fall sports that are going on at the same time right here on the shores of Lake Ontario. You're watching Laker Connections on WTOP 10.
Would you like to try snacks from faraway lands? Or snacks with bizarre flavors? How about snacks in new ways? Or snacks you've never tried before? You don't have to go far to find these snacks. They can all be found here at Snacks on West 1st Street.
Yeah, we're walking around campus, and what do we see? All these clubs are looking.
They looking for me.
There's hockey.
There's improv.
So much to see. So let's go try them out and see how they be. Come on and please watch.
Our embarrassments free.
Tune in to Amateurs on WTOP.
Happy Friday, Lakers, and another beautiful day here in Oswego, New York. I'm DJ Don Perone, and I'm happy that you're starting your weekend off right listening to WNYO 88.9 FM, the Laker Radio Network.
I said, darling, can you see? There's no room for us. There's no room. Never lives are cheating. Promises keep slipping. And I'm always
Welcome back into Laker Connections on WTOP 10. I'm Ken Gerard, coincided by the wonderful Lucas McGarry. And with the wheelhouse wire being done, a lot of words today, Lucas. I'm tired already.
Very wordy.
But comes up the weekend recap. So,
Absolutely.
Lucas, take it away. Tell us what the weekend recap is.
This past weekend was very successful for the Lakers, whether it was on the field, on the hardwood, or in the pool. Oswego got it done. Kenny, what do you got for me?
Well, I think we're going to start with the Oswego State women's volleyball team. And they had a rough start in SUNYAC play, losing their first 2 conference matchups. However, they turned things around 2 weeks ago by picking up their first conference win against SUNY Canton. Now, this past weekend, they continued their momentum with a hard-fought 3-2 victory over the Potsdam Bears on Friday. The following day, they dominated the Plattsburgh Cardinals, sweeping them 3-0 in straight sets.
Can't get any better than that. And I love the fact that they're gaining momentum late into the season. I think that it was crucial for them to get those losses early on, get them out of the way, because they're very important matches up in the SUNYAC Conference. You want to get every one that you can get. Unfortunately, not every single one is going to go your way. So you want to get those losses out now, and now they're starting to pick up wins. And the entire rest of their season, besides their last game, is all SUNYAC play. So I really think for them, women's volleyball really needs to step up their game, and they have been. 81 points, 67 kills, 9 aces in that first game. Absolute dominance. And then 43 points, 26 kills, 15 aces against Plattsburgh in a sweep. That is pure dominance, and I think that they are in the final stretch right now, and they are looking phenomenal.
Absolutely, Lucas, and late season definitely matters, and we saw that with women's volleyball this past weekend. But continue to yap. Tell me about field hockey.
SUNY Oswego field hockey team hosted the SUNY Morrisville Mustangs on Friday afternoon at Laker Turf Stadium for another SUNYAC matchup, securing their first conference home win of the season with a decisive 3-0 victory. Kate McNally was the standout player, contributing significantly to the Lakers offense with a goal and an assist. On the defensive end, goalie Sam Krauthine had an exceptional performance, recording a shutout with 9 saves and earned her title of SUNYAC Defensive Player of the Week. Congratulations, Sam.
Well, you can't ask for more. SUNYAC Defensive Player of the Week. Late season, trying to make a playoff push.
They're right there. They just
right
need
there.
to win. They basically need to win out.
Yeah.
And it's a tough schedule. They have
Okay.
Houghton coming up. They have Oneonta. Then they have Ithaca after that. Not conference games, but they're still regular season games, and every single game counts. And as you come closer to the playoffs, they're less than a month out. I really want them to start stepping up their game because it hasn't been the strongest season. They're only 5-9, so they're not at the top of their game, but I really think as this season goes on, they can start to step up their game, and it starts with the Mustangs, or it starts with a win like that against the Mustangs.
Absolutely. I mean, you come in, you win 3-0, you look dominant, and that's exactly what you need to do. So, I mean, just moving forward, again, you're trying to get into these playoff pushes. You got to win these games, and in tough schedule, it's going to be tough. I mean, the playoffs are tough. It's not easy. So how are you going to come in?
SUNYAC is a tough conference.
It's tough in every facet of the game. Really.
100%.
It is, Lucas. But that's going to do it for the weekend recap. But stick around because we got some more sports coming up this weekend between hockey we just talked about and some more fall sports. Stick around for the week ahead. You're watching Laker Connections on WTOP 10.
Hey there, I'm Al Roker, class of 76. Yes, way back in 76. Back when the earth was cooling. You're watching WTOP.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty. The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of time.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
When you look at the number of disasters in the U.S., chances are every area will deal with some kind of emergency in the next decade. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But
I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
I guess I have really been looking for love in this dating app. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back into Season 22, Episode 2 of Laker Connections. I'm Kenny Gerard, coincided by the wonderful Lucas McGarry. And Lucas, I think we've done enough talking about the past. And we have discussed the past. And now it's time to look ahead to the week ahead. Now, Lucas, you're going to kick things off. What do the Laker faithful have to look forward to this week?
Well, the Oswego men's soccer team, currently 7-3-4 overall, 2-3-2 in conference play, is fighting for a playoff spot as they approach the final stretch of the season. However, they face a tough schedule ahead. This Wednesday, they travel to take on Buffalo State, the top-ranked team in the conference. Just 3 days later, Oswego returns home to face third-ranked SUNY New Paltz in their season finale. These matches will be crucial as the Lakers look to secure their last place in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think you said it best. It's a tough schedule coming up. It really is.
Top ranked and then third ranked. That's a rough way to finish the season, man.
It's a tall glass, but I mean, like I said, literally before the break here, I mean, you gotta drink the tall glass. I mean, you gotta win these hard games in the regular season and then contend to the postseason. Because who do you think you're gonna meet when you get to the playoffs? That same
teams.
1 and 3 seed. So if you come in and you win a game against the 1 and 3 seed in the regular season, really sets you up for success in the playoffs.
I was going to say, picking up a win against one of these top teams in the regular season just absolutely blows the momentum out of the water for you, because you take down a top team like that, all of a sudden, you're the best. Like, let's say they take down Buffalo State. Now it doesn't even matter about records. They're now the top team in the conference because they just took down the top. So if they can pull out a win there and then carry that momentum in the playoffs, I think they're golden.
Absolutely. I mean, half the game is momentum. I mean, you come in, you got to be energetic, you got to be ready, you got to be good to rock and roll. And I think with no momentum, you come in, if you lose to those two teams, even if you somehow still sneak into the playoffs, I mean, how good do you really feel knowing, well, I just played Buffalo State and they beat us 8-2, and now we're going to go play them again in the playoffs? I mean, you're not going to feel good. So you got to go in and at least beat one of the two to even get into the playoffs. But outside of just making the playoffs, you got to have momentum when you're going in.
Yeah, I mean, and I think the only thing that I've really noticed with the men's soccer team is that they have a lack of scoring, and I really think they need to pick that up. However, it is late in the season, and you can always make changes, and I really think that their coach is going to make the right changes and carry them to victory.
Without a doubt, Lucas. And switching to the women's soccer now, the Lakers find themselves in a similar situation to the men's team. The Oswego women's soccer team, with an 8-5-1 overall record and 4-2-1 in conference play, is also battling for a playoff spot as they head into the final week of their season. Now, their path won't be easy, starting this Wednesday when they host third-ranked Buffalo State at Laker Turf. Just 3 days later, Oswego will travel to the South Turf Field to take on top-ranked SUNY New Paltz in their season finale. Now, these two games are crucial for the Lakers to secure their spot in the playoffs and potentially even a home game.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like I just read the same thing you read.
It almost is, just swapped a little bit. You got first and third ranked teams, but it's still the same. And it's just, I got to repeat myself. You got to get a win here. It's so crucial. And the women's team has a little bit better of a record than the men's, so they have even more momentum. And I think with them, they've been competitive all year long with every single team they face. So I think for them, getting out early, because they struggle really, they struggle a little bit coming out early and scoring. So I think if they can get on top of New Paltz and Buffalo State and score early, they can capitalize on a lot of different momentum.
I mean, yeah, you got to stay ahead, score first. I mean, it's a momentum shifter for them. They got to get ahead, they got to score first. I mean, they really have to, roll ahead, get ahead, and stay ahead. And that's been their problem a lot this year, was when they go down, they kind of falter. And that's when you go down, it's not like they give up, but in a way, it takes the wind out of their sails. And getting that early lead, taking the advantage early on against two tough teams, I mean, it can really do good for them, Lucas. And again, two tough teams. Talk about the playoffs. You can't take the train, get off the track. So
yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. It's going to be tough, but I can't wait to watch them. However, we're going to move from soccer now to the hardwood. The Oswego men's basketball team has released its schedule for the upcoming season as they look to bounce back after falling short in both the SUNYAC and NCAA tournaments last year. Despite losing key players Jeremiah Sparks and Jamal Akile, the Lakers remain determined, with seniors Aki Anderson and Kenny Lazo set to lead the charge. The team will tip off their season on November 8th, 2024 at 3 p.m. against Muhlenberg College in Rochester, New York as part of the Rochester tournament. Lakers are eager to make another deep postseason run.
Yeah, this has been a determined team and a really good team on the shores of Lake Ontario recently. Now everybody says we're a hockey school, but man, that basketball team has been
squad looks good every
competitive.
year.
Now I've been here this is my 3rd year now here, and I will say every year that I've been here, they've gone to the tournament. They won the SUNYAC the first year I was here. They fell against New Paltz late last year. So I think, you lose Jeremiah Sparks and Achille, but you still have Lazo and you have a couple of their key players. But again, it's similar to hockey where in the way that they have a lot of freshmen and a lot of newcomers, but a little insider information. From the practices that I've been able to see, a couple of those guys look really, really good. And then that's great and all. But again, it comes down to chemistry. Can they work as a team? Can they operate as a unit? Because basketball especially, it's a team sport.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely a team sport. You have to be on the same page. So the question that is asked to me, I feel like, is are they going to operate as a team, or are the young Bucks really going to try and shine on their own, and is that where they're going to mess up this year?
I am really excited to see the twin tower combo of Tucker Rosbrook and Elijah Hartenson this year. 2 massive big men for Oswego. And we really haven't seen too many big men for the Lakers this year, or in the past. So I think this year it's going to be a difference of how they play. And I'm really curious to see how it turns out for them.
Absolutely. You want to see the big men rumble, bumble, and stumble,
Absolutely.
as I said. Whole heck of a lot on the
you said a lot in that hockey game.
But that's going to do it for the week ahead. But when we come back, it's time for everybody's segment. It's time for the Lakers Showdown. Stick around. You're watching Laker Connections on WTOP 10.
What's going on?
Yeah, we go on at like 11:30. It's like
No.
What do you mean no?
It's 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, it's 10:30.
What do you mean it's 10:30? Hey, don't touch that. That's my ladder.
Hey, man.
Whoa.
You know this book was already discounted 10%?
Wow. Get a close up of that one.
Broadcast news.
Look at that.
Can we go back inside? I want to sleep in the studio again.
We'll deep dive into our feelings in our Real Talk segment. Stay tuned because it's about to get real.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome back to Major Discussions.
Welcome back into Season 22, Episode 2 of Laker Connections. I'm Kenny Gerard. That's Lucas McGarry, and that's our friend Mike Neckers down there.
Right here.
Who's going to be our wonderful moderator for the Lakers Showdown. Mike looks a little nervous, but look at Mike.
What the heck, guys? I'm back here. That's Juno. That's
Oh.
Juno.
Oh, hey, Mike.
Oh.
Sorry. Well.
Do you want me to just get things started for us?
That's disappointing.
Oh my God, Juno even got a graphic. That's so cute.
As you guys can see, I'm wearing the black tie today. It was unfortunately the New York Mets funeral this weekend, but this question only seems fitting because the New York Yankees are still going, looking for their 28th World Series. So my first question for you, who is the greatest New York Yankee of all time?
Oh, that's an easy answer right there. Mariano Rivera. Can't say any other answer. Kenny, I know you have other answers. Mariano Rivera is the greatest closer of all time. He's the greatest Yankee of all time. World Series MVP. 7 total earned runs in the playoffs in 141 innings. I really can't make more of an argument than that. He is, without a doubt, the greatest closer of all time. And anyone who says any differently, it's not even an opinion, it's just flat out wrong. Like, he is the greatest closer of all time. And he took the Yankees, or helped the Yankees win multiple World Series. I think 5 is the total he won. So I think for him, absolutely, it's him.
So you did say greatest closer. The question was greatest player. And I will say that how do you not say Babe Ruth? I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's good
Now,
too.
there's a
That's good
big
too.
argument that people say who don't like the Yankees, and it's that, oh, well, this World Series, they don't count. They were playing back in the Stone Age. Well, Babe Ruth got us most of those 27 rings. I'm just going to throw it out there. So I'm going to say the house that Ruth built, one of the greatest stadiums in the world, it's got to be Babe Ruth. I mean, it feels like a cop-out answer, but it's the right answer. So,
It's still
and I'm
a
not going to
solid
argue.
answer.
Mariano
It's
Rivera
still a solid
is the
answer.
greatest closer ever.
I'm
But
okay.
Babe Ruth
I'm
is the
okay with
greatest
losing
Yankee.
this.
And Kenny, it is the right answer, but Lucas, I applaud you for Mariano Rivera. That is a
Great answer.
amazing poll, a great answer. And with how amazing and exciting baseball can be, it's
Wait,
a
so who
shot.
wins?
Oh, Babe Ruth.
You know
Oh, yeah,
who-
did I
not say that?
Anyone.
Did I not say
Yeah.
that?
Oh, okay.
I'll accept that loss.
Well, with how amazing and exciting baseball can be, it's a shocker to me that it's not a part of the Summer Olympics. It wasn't in Paris last year. So, if you had to remove one sport from the Summer Olympics to replace
Easy,
with baseball,
easy.
what are you choosing?
Easy.
Well,
Lucas,
Lucas didn't go.
Breakdancing.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a good answer.
removing that immediately. It was a one-time thing, and I never want to see that in the Olympics again. That one Australian chick with the bunny hop, I don't even know her name. That was the funniest thing I have ever seen in my entire life, and I cannot believe she actually qualified for the Olympics with that. But breakdancing, please get that out. All the other sports are like relatively cool. Breakdancing is just like. And I'd love to have it replaced with baseball, no doubt.
I mean, that's probably the right answer. But I guess I got to pick something else. Man, I don't even know. Cycling. I don't care to watch people ride bikes.
Yeah,
I mean that's pretty
it's
boring.
It's a good answer too.
I don't really care to watch people ride bikes. I mean, if I wanted to watch people ride bikes, I'd go out on Sunday at 6 in the morning and look down the street. So I'm all set on watching more people ride bikes in tights. I don't know. I really don't enjoy cycling all that much. The only thing with that is, isn't it part of like the whole like triathlon thing? Or
It is, yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's
the
the only
swim
reason
bike
I
run.
think I lose is because that is a cool event. But I'm gonna say cycling.
well, you would lose that one, Kenny. That one's going to go to Lucas. It'll be 1-1. We've got one more question for you. That's enough talking about sports for today. But if you weren't aware, I'm a pretty big foodie. So if you only eat one meal for the rest of your lives, what would it be? Who wants to start? Who wants to start? Who wants to start?
Go ahead.
No, give Kenny.
Me?
Give Kenny.
Kenny wants
All right, I got it. I heard Chris. I don't like you, Chris. So I will say.
What is Chris yapping about?
He said that I would know. Anyway, so now with the birthday tomorrow, I do want to say that I would pick birthday cake, but I don't want to lose. So I'm going to pick pizza. Now, why I say pizza, it's extremely diverse. You can put just about anything on a pizza. I mean, people put they put pineapple on pizza and call it a pizza. You're wrong. That's not a pizza.
No, it's good, Kenny.
Get
Gordon
out of
Ramsay
here.
said pineapple
But
doesn't
I
belong on
will-
pizza. Don't care.
Thank you. I will say that pizza is diverse. You can put just about anything on there. You can change the sauce. You can just put anything. Pizza, absolutely the right answer for me.
That's a great answer. I love pizza, but
doesn't?
I will tell you there is nothing better than a perfectly cooked steak. I will eat that every single day. I don't
You can
care.
put steak on pizza.
Yeah, but like, do you really
saying, you
wanna?
could put- you
Steak?
could.
No, steak is just the perfect food. It's so good.
But for the
and
rest
I
of your
know
life, you can't eat nothing else, though.
that's okay. I'm okay with eating steak for
Just
the rest.
steak.
Just steak is fine.
But
It's
you could
so
put steak
delicious.
on a pizza. It's a trump card. I mean, it's the. I don't
But who wants to put steak on pizza? So it's
know.
not a trump
Well, if it's all
card.
you can eat for the rest of your life and you like steak so much, then why don't you say it's steak?
I'll tell you what, gentlemen. Kenny, you had me, and then you said pineapple.
Ah,
doesn't
come
belong
on!
pizza.
Yes!
You
Because
breaking my
If
heart.
you have ever tried pineapple on pizza, you will know that it is delicious. You have to try it. So this one's going to go to Lucas McGarry.
You
McGarry
are
and
fired.
Juno, you are the winners.
Juno, I think, would have picked the right answer. I think, Mike, you're out of your mind. I think you just don't like me. You could have put birthday cake on a pizza.
Yeah?
You could. You could do anything.
We'll celebrate your birthday.
Birthday
but you
cake
did
on a
still lose,
pizza?
Kenny.
What are you even saying?
Whatever. I'm done with you two tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Laker Connection Season 22, Episode number 2. We will see you guys in just about 2 weeks with some more Laker sports. Take the bump, Cam. Have a great night, everybody.